hell's going on here? Wait a minute. Something just happened. Oh, that's live. It's live.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on!
Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, down. Deathmatch Russell Podcast. 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 Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch
You
Russell.
can find more Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
Whoop, wrong button. As I always do that. Here we go. Here we go. See, always you have technical difficulties on the first try, but second time it's a charm. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. And my guest at this time, the Relevant, Brian Andrews. How you doing, man?
Quick correction, the Revenant, not the Relevant, even though I am relevant at this moment.
My bad. Everybody always gets me on these questions. All right, sue me. I'm tired. I'm done.
All good, man. All good. Like you said, long day, long day.
Yeah.
And especially in your case, like you told me earlier. I mean, especially in your case, holy hell! Glad that you're here and nothing too crazy happened.
No, man. The fire just happened. Like the next town over, it's a Jewish community, but but we're surrounded by tons of woods and stuff. Behind just I guess it crossed paths from the parkway over. It trapped and got blocked, tunneled around, and then hit a couple plazas and stuff. So it was like it was weird,
Hopefully everybody made it out okay.
Yeah. Everybody's back home in their homes, safe and sound. We're home, so yeah. The fire trucks are running up and down our street. Had access to we have little access woods, so we're lucky. You know what I mean? Like up our driveway, we have like a wooded area where they were back there spraying. I was watching the water truck actually come over from my lake, blowing, taking the water and dumping it over the woods, which was really cool.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, that was my night of just watching and that on the news and just making sure everybody was okay. My neighbors were delayed in traffic, so we told them the back way to go. Take some detours.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Like the nightly scenic route.
Absolutely. But how you doing? What's going on in your world of wrestling? Your world.
Well, like I said, it's been a pretty long day. Started the morning out with breakfast with my son, and then we both went to wrestling practice today. So we were there for a few hours and just getting reps in. So thankful to have my son attend wrestling practice with me. It's such a great bonding experience and whatnot.
You know what, kids? Yeah, I know. It's a great. I have nieces and nephews, and they've never been to a show yet, ever. I've never taken my sister's kids. I would love to take them when this is all over, just to see what it's like. But not a death match, of course.
Right. I want to scare them the first time around.
Yeah. Well, there are kids that like that shit, though. They really do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but no, it's a good experience for them to just see what's going on, and just they could run out of ropes and have fun too. It's like just let them have a field day and just see what it's about.
Oh yeah. It's just so great, obviously to get them worn out and just get it out of their system and whatnot,
and get them out of the house as well. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
Instead of sitting in front of the TV and watch cartoons and play video games.
Oh yeah,
right?
All about the physical activity, man. I love going out and doing outdoor activities with my kid. It's just one of the greatest things you could do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like my nieces and nephews. They actually they just joined like one of those rock climbing indoor places, which is cool. Like
Oh
climb a
yeah,
wall. I want to get involved with
those are
that.
always fun. Great
Yeah,
for building your upper body strength.
absolutely, absolutely. Good for the hiker. Good for just
Oh
anybody
yeah,
physical. If you could climb a mountain, and hell, you've done it all, right?
that's what I love about living where I live, man. I'm at the base of
Yeah.
the Appalachian Mountains, and
Hmm.
so I have all sorts of trails at my leisure to just go check out and enjoy the views.
Oh, cool, man. Cool. I've taken some. I've actually like done the in New Jersey. They call it the High Point. The High Point is goes from New Jersey to Pennsylvania, Georgia, Delaware, everywhere. You could
Oh
like
wow,
take. Yeah, it's a cool place. It's up by like the what is it, Vernon Valley, the ski lodge. It's right up there.
oh cool.
Yeah. So if you're ever in that neck of the woods, it's awesome experience just to hike and just to go and even camp. It's awesome. I've been there for camping.
Well, when
But
this is all when this is all over, I'll take you up on that. We'll go do a hiking trip together.
that sounds good. And also, I've been out west to Colorado. Of course, I've climbed the Spanish Peaks. I've done that. That's tough.
Oh wow,
That's
I
tough.
love out west, man. Like I
Yeah.
used to temporarily live in Phoenix back in my musician touring days,
Mhm.
and like going out west and stuff. As soon as you get like to the western half of Texas, all of a sudden the sky just opens up like you're on another planet.
Yeah, yeah. That's like Colorado, man. It's just beautiful. Just the mountains and just everything. Even the whitewater rafting is awesome. I've done whitewater rafting on a couple mountains, and it's awesome. It's just a fun experience. You know, it's like you just don't get the chance to see. And actually, I remember going up to we actually saw a performance I went up to a campground, and they were actually up in the mountains, dude. It was my cousin picked a perfect band to see. It was a Les Zeppelin cover band. The lesbian band that plays all Zeppelin. Fucking
Huh.
awesome. Yeah. But to hear their voice, echoing through the mountaintop, it's like cool as hell. That's like going to like that what is it, River Rock? The Red Rock. I think they call it Red Rock.
Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Yeah, yeah. But my God, yeah. But I wanted to go to Primo Wrestling. That's right there too in Denver. I want to check that out sometime. Definitely. I'm going to go to that, see what that's about. Primo Wrestling,
Sure.
right there in downtown. Because that's what I guess not much wrestling. That's probably the only one there, I think. But there's other ones that I'm sure that we don't know of,
For sure.
But yeah, so hiking is a good thing. Yeah, man, it's a good way to keep training. Yourself focused. Did you ever do any biking, like mountain biking, or ever get into
Mountain
that?
biking I've not got into.
Yeah.
It's just because I never really had time for it. Just it's always to me it was always quicker just to go on foot, go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, sure, I'm sure mountain biking's fun.
Yeah.
I actually like the walking and steep climbs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know what, you turn around a corner and you're lifting up you're hanging onto a rock that you don't even know, like you're just
Right.
reaching or digging around just gotta watch where you step though,
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know where you're gonna fall, you could end up on the bottom of the mountain. Nobody will know where you are.
Definitely do your stuntman demo reel for action movies when you go down cliffs.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Accidentally, of course.
Yeah. Blooper reels and
Hey, man,
whatnot.
your falls are great.
Where did you get that from? I learned that from Nick. I learned that from Sick Nick Mondo. I learned that from right. I learned that from the great John Zandig and the great deathmatch guys in the business. But so man, we're prepping up for this big show, WrestleMania weekend. I wish I was attending. I wish I was there to root you on, but I'll probably get some live feed from somebody.
I was going to ask if you're going to be able to attend. That's unfortunate you won't be able to.
Yeah, I wish I was. It's Jersey. I just got so much going on home, work-wise, work and just podcasts. I want to get content going. You got to keep it moving,
For sure.
And I wanted to, I know, because WrestleMania weekend is packed with lots of promotions coming out that way. Of course, GCW and the other GCW as well, you know, and the Collective and just Spring Break and just a list of things that are, it's just nuts. You just see what they finalized on that card for the card that you're going to be on. You're going to see, actually, what is it? You're going to see Leo Rush go one-on-one with
for the Best in Class show.
Yeah, that should be
that's a good looking show. I'm looking forward to starting the day off and being at that event and stuff.
Yeah,
I really enjoy hanging out and talking with the young professor.
He's a cool dude. He's really awesome. He's got a great personality for the business. He's been sending me people to have on the podcast, so I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Get him on.
Yeah, just met him on my first show with Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment back in January. And it was like I said, it was very fun to work with, very fun to talk to, and very approachable.
And of course, David from Boot and Heel, awesome dude.
Met him.
Yes.
The very first night I went to Pro South to meet Amy and Ace Haven, and one of the coolest guys I've met so far in my wrestling journey. And you know, for being so new, you know, because I literally started wrestling. I started training on September 21st last year, and we graduated in the first camp of Nightmare Factory finished on December 13th with our showcase. And so literally I've been professional wrestling since December 13th of last year. And to be honest, I have nothing bad to say about my journey so far. Now, granted, I understand, you know, like I'm less than 6 months in. I'm sure that's going to change, you know, after 6 months or so. But like, I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed.
I could put the word in for you down here because we have a promotion that's awesome. It's called Titan Championship Wrestling, local, fun wrestling. You'd be perfect for it. I'm going to put the word in.
Awesome.
So, you know, because we actually just had our showcase match last night, and he actually called out anybody for the title. His name's Steve Monster Mac. Yeah. So I'll give you some footage to watch. You gotta watch the showcase. They did like a little show. I should have sent that to you last night. I forgot about that.
I mean, hey, send it to me. You send it to me afterwards, man, and I'll watch it after we're done.
Yeah. It's we have Casey Navarro. We have all your local talent and worldwide talent. You never know who could come in. You don't know.
For sure.
You know, it's like we have like the women's division. We have Riley Shepard. We have Charlie Cruel. We have Lady Frost, Skylar Moore. We have had, you know, just like the list goes on and on, you know, of ladies that are showing what they could do. They want to break it into 2 divisions, you know, have a ladies in a normal show. Like, it's good to do that, you know, spread the company or, you know, the wrestling world, you know, let people showcase.
One of my wrestling colleagues, Trevor Aon, he was telling me about Lady Frost this morning at training.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's pretty good. Has a good, you know, I think we'll see some good stuff from her coming soon, you know. It always takes time. We know that, you know.
Oh, of course.
On TV, because, you know, that they're just getting their foot, you know, just being. It's like I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen what goes on, you know, and you know how it is, and you see a lot of. Have you been down to that place yet? Have you been down to the Bally's to just watch, or you're not allowed? Not yet.
I've not been down there yet.
Really, they don't let you. Or you can, but you know, not supposed to. Or they don't keep you quiet. They keep it quiet until.
I mean, I'm not under.
Contract.
I'm not under any contract. I'm a complete free agent at this point.
Right. So you can.
I just started. I'm about a month in with my program at Pro South right now.
Pro South, I'll tell you. Pro South is awesome. I've been following that. Good promotion right there. You guys have put some good. You guys have a good little roster going there, and that keeps.
Yeah, I enjoy our shows weekly, and you know we have a great locker room, great talent.
And of course, like we said, we know a Leroy. You know, there's a guy named Leroy, which is working his ass off to get himself shown and get himself out there. You know, and that's good for him.
How about Nasty Leroy?
Yep, the nasty one.
Absolute sweetheart of a human being. I love him to pieces. I've always enjoyed my hangouts with him. You know, while they were limited at the factory and stuff, I've always enjoyed my time with him.
Yeah.
So
he's doing his
so
thing.
With, like I said, I was a month in with Pro South. I have my second show coming up with Wrestling United, and then I'm also with Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, but our shows are postponed at the moment. So, but again, I don't have exclusive contracts with anyone. Free agent. I'm free to go wherever I want.
Yes, you are. That sounds like you. And plus, you bring your son with you if he wants to come. You know, which is cool. He could take a trip. You know, I'm sure he likes that. You know,
that's one thing I really love about that is having father son road trips. And stuff like that.
Because it makes it more fun. You know. Like a road trip how we've had as kids with our parents, you know, just we would go pack up the car and go to Colorado, go to a state park, or go to a theme park or a campground and just have fun, you know, or go to a baseball stadium that we've never been to, or football game, or I didn't know what football is anymore. I don't even watch football anymore. I used to, as an Eagles fan, but
I don't really follow much of the sports these days.
Yeah, me either. It's just, I mean, I do like the local baseball team that we have here. They just changed the name. It used to be called the Lakewood Blue Claws, but now it's called the Jersey Blue Claws. That makes more sense. They affiliate with the Phillies.
Okay.
So that's pretty. They bring the younger kids in to be the minors, and majors, and just go on and on.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Which is cool. But I remember going there the first time, and this guy on the microphone, those people announcing. I'm like, wait a minute, this guy sounds familiar. I know him from wrestling. Like he was an announcer for wrestling. You just don't know that some of these people do that. Like the voices are. Oh God, it was just like his name was called like the Penguin. He was a local dude in the mid 90s. We had a promotion in the mid 90s down here in Jersey. We actually had a promotion. It was called Phoenix Championship Wrestling. And it ran your top guy. You actually had like guys like Samoa Joe, Kazarian, Christopher, AJ, The Wall from The Wall, aka WCW's The Wall, Malice, just everybody, Charlie Haas and his brother. Like people would come in and out, like a lot of hidden talent that people never knew was around Jersey. Eddie Guerrero came in for a show. Like it's cool. He wrestled Nova from ECW, which was really cool. As a farewell.
That's really cool seeing like little one-off spots like that.
Yeah. And then like go flashback at like the mid 80s, man. Mid 80s. I got lucky. I saw Bruiser Brody inside a steel cage. How cool is that?
Wow.
Like I know, right? NWF wrestling came around, National Wrestling Superstars or whatever it was at the time. NWF. I saw Dr. D. David Schultz.
Oh, wow.
Like I had him on the podcast. Really cool person to talk to. The Fantastics, Chief J Strongbow were in the cage. It's insane. Wendy Richter, like legends like, Madman Fulton or whatever the guys are named now. I don't even know. But Abdullah the Butcher, I got pissed off. I left. It was a school night. I missed seeing him. I left.
Oh.
Yeah. But I got to see Brody in the cage. That was the match. It's on YouTube. I'll send you that too. It's pretty cool.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. But growing up watching wrestling, what was it like for you?
When I came up in wrestling, I mean, I'm 33 years old. So I came up, with wrestling in like the late 90s. So I was a WCW kid. I didn't really start going back and forth until Nitro had their new fancy updated or their new updated set where like the WCW looked like a giant star set.
Right.
And of course, once everyone started going back and forth, it ultimately led to when WWE bought out WCW. So for me,
then ECW, of course, and all the other companies that just came
Mhm.
around and just put.
So ECW didn't. ECW wasn't really accessible to me at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't really find out about it until like near the end of WCW. For me, like I said, it was mostly WCW stuff. And then with my stepbrothers, they had tapes of like older WCW, NWA, and stuff like that. And it exposed me to like early WCW, NWA, and whatnot. And for me, it was just a fun time. I mean, my friend Zach Green, every year we would have a wrestling birthday party for him. So set up the ladders on trampolines, and there you go.
That sounds like me and my next door neighbor. We used to have wrestling matches in his garage, and it was like a Piper's Pit. He did Piper's Pit every week.
Oh wow!
We had garbage bags on the floor and boat ropes, of course, because we, boaters in the area of the shore,
Right.
In a cage. They had a buddy of his who we lost the footage. He lost the footage, but he had a buddy that looked like George the Animal Steel, really looked like him, and I cut his head. It was just great. It was just like he played the character just right. I think my character at the time I was like the Grandmaster, Grandmaster D.
Wow.
Well,
it was funny because with getting into professional wrestling, that obviously led me to go do wrestling in middle school and whatnot. I remember my buddy Aaron. My buddy Aaron came in and tried out. Ended up doing like a professional wrestling move that we never did in Roman Greco amateur style. Ended up just getting booted from the team right then and there. It's like, nope, you're out, done.
Yeah. I know. Just messing around and be like, oh, I could do this with my friends, all right, but then it's time to, go forward and like, you know what? I think I could do this, because you're walking in the door and you don't know what you're doing. It's the first step is because you step into that ring, you take that first bump. It's not fun. Yeah,
I mean, for real. So that was like day one of Nightmare Factory is learning how to take bumps and whatnot. And you don't tuck that chin in. There's a reason why you tuck the chin in. You get rocked.
Yeah, right.
So between that and learning how to throw ropes, I mean, you get your back worn in real quick.
I've ran the ropes just to see how it is as a fan. It's hard. It is, just like this, just to go in there and just touch the ropes but the ring is heavy to carry. Trust me, I've had that experience. It's not that's a workout in itself. Those metal posts are and the ropes, dragging them to
when you get a group of guys on that are on point about putting a ring together, man, it can come up in no time. And that's just what always that's what always impresses me is when you see guys in a group of guys in sync building something up in no time flat.
And just imagine the staircases and the staircases they would go out and put it like in Ring of Honor that they used to go to New York City to that Hammerstein ballroom, and that was always like different levels. They would go down different staircases just to bring the ring in.
When Ring of Honor came to Atlanta, they would come to a venue called Center Stage, and that was I used to work there as production staff, and that was doing a show there was never fun at all because your loading dock would start up on the street, and then you had to come down to a valley, and then come back up and come plateau out a little bit, and then go up a ramp onto the stage. And on top of that, figuring out how to get in around the hallways of taking the pieces up to the floor. So, a regular show was hard enough. Trying to bring a ring in there was like, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing, but they do it. They do it in these tight buildings nowadays. It's or like it looks like an apartment or something nowadays. Like
Mhm.
loading that. But now it's all they have it pretty figured out, and they're the rig crews are pretty good. They do the right things. It's the way that it should be done. And they're fast. They put up the canvas, wipe the ropes, and that's the best way now. We've never seen that in a million years. What I mean? Wiping
Right.
their own. Haven't seen that since like way back in the day when they first put the ring.
Mhm.
Imagine what that would be like holding the WWF ring, like the original ropes, and like those ring posts. Oh my gosh, those are heavy, probably.
I can't speak on a current
Yeah,
WWE ring, but from my understanding, according to what
like
Cody told us, is
yeah.
that they still use actual ropes, and then there's
Mm.
a guy that spends like a number of hours actually putting tape around the ropes.
Oh wow, yeah. Could you imagine seeing the old vault, like going to the vault and seeing like the old style? Boy, that'd be kind of cool.
It'd be,
They have footage. Yeah, they have that on TV, I think too. They've
it'd be-
showed
it
that.
would be cool to see like a wrestling museum exhibit of the evolution
Hmm.
of wrestling rings.
Hmm. Yeah, it'd be like the WCW to the and the Nitro. It's just the great. Could you imagine like just like stepping in them and just be like, wow, these
Mhm.
and the rings vary like as also what in Japan they're bigger. I guess they're bigger in Japan. The rings are a little bit longer. I don't know
I
exactly how.
believe
Yeah, yeah,
believe they are 20 feet by 20 feet.
yeah, yeah. So,
Um,
hmm
the ring
yeah,
sizes that we used at Nightmare
yeah,
Factory to train were 16 by 16, two 18 by 18s, and a 20
hmm
by 20. And to
hmm
be honest, I enjoyed the 20 by 20 the best because you had room to move.
hmm
Um, 16 by 16s are, they're a little bit more close knit, so you don't have a whole
right.
lot of room to move around. But again, it's
Mm-hmm.
just all about user preference. I mean, there's some people that just prefer 16 by 16 over a 20 by.
Mm. Or watching the old TNA days when they had the 6-sided ring. Remember that? Oh my god! Imagine riding those ropes. Gosh, that'd be
That
kind of cool.
was
That was interesting.
interesting
That was
for sure.
yeah, because you didn't know which way to turn your body, or hit the ropes. Person would, you know,
I'm trying to imagine, and I
yeah,
saw I just saw a clip. I just saw a clip today. I'm gonna have to go watch it. It was I
hmm
believe it was Sting,
hmm
Christian, and Jeff Jarrett doing or it
hmm
may have been AJ on
yeah,
there doing a segment on WWE talking about their time in TNA about the uh, 6-sided ring. And I was just thinking about it because you know with doing practice and stuff, I get up on top of the turnbuckle, get up to the very top, and just practice standing there without flinching
right,
and whatnot. And I can imagine standing up on the 6-sided ring because, again, I'll put my feet with the
hmm
ropes, and that's a perfect 90-degree angle
yeah,
almost.
right.
So six-sided ring with a turnbuckle will be like that.
Yeah, and try to do a move. It's like, like you're ready to cross the ring,
Mm-hmm.
like Rob Van Dam, right? He'd probably use that
Oh yeah,
pretty easily, or
that
Sabu,
dude can.
right?
That man
Yeah,
can fly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Jerry Lynn. Whew, God, they used to do it though, but it was like amazing. It was like it was magic how they did it though. They showed that X Division title. That was always like how are these guys going to do this? This is a little tiny wire up on the top of uh, like like you never thought that they could come up with something innovative. But they did
Right.
it. I mean, TNA was around for how long? Gosh, like it was. Remember when it was like really like way back? It started pretty, like I mean, because you had AJ when he was real, like they're like Amazing
Mm-hmm.
Red. You had Amazing Red when he was like really young. Like these guys are just like Jeff Jarrett was Jeff Jarrett. Dusty was Dusty, or like Dustin. Just
Mm-hmm.
all these other guys.
Back before the world shut down last year,
Mm-hmm,
I went to Impact's A Town Beatdown show at Coca-Cola Roxy, and that was a fun time.
mm-hmm,
Um, again, that was my son's first wrestling show.
mm-hmm,
Um, and we just had a great time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool seeing, where TNA started and seeing its ups and downs and where it's at now and whatnot.
Yeah. I remember going to a couple of house shows too. They used to do them like at the that famous, I guess I wish they would bring back wrestling to that. They call it Rahway, New Jersey, and it's called the Rec Center. The Rec Center. And actually the wrestler was filmed there. Mickey Rourke was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I was hidden. I was even in the crowd. Hey.
Nice.
I mean, my 5 minutes of fame sitting ringside, they're going outside having a cigarette, and he's standing right there. I should have said hello, but I didn't. I said hi to Jack. I said hi to Jack Emmons instead. And Teddy Hart, of course. But whatever.
That was a good movie. I enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah, but for a fan to be like, they told us they're going to be filming. Like they said, okay, tonight's going to be really special, guys. We're filming a movie tonight, so make all the hype. The guys are telling the camera crews, yeah, all right, cool, this is cool. So we got to be there, and then you look up in the bleachers, and there's Mickey up in the bleachers, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, that's where I sat when I was just a fan of this company called Jersey All Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
And I'll never forget the time I was there. It was a 9th year anniversary show. Actually, Jay Lethal slapped Azrael down the staircase. During his dad, Jay Lethal's dad actually was right there with a cup in his hand and smacked at that guy Azrael that you saw on AEW Dark. Insane,
wow.
right? Yeah. Isn't that cool? Just like people like that. They had all the stars, like Monster Mac and Dan Moff, the Hit Squad, the original Hit Squad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Isn't that neat? Oh, it's just like you never know who you see. And like, of course, Kevin Owens and just everybody, El Generico, to everybody was there, wrestled. Great little promotion. They're on IWT.
Again, just seeing those little one-offs to seeing people come up through the ranks, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, if you have access to IWTV, check them out. They're on there. I think that's
for sure
stuff. IWTV has a lot of stuff that we don't even know about. I'm still going through stuff that I never even knew existed. Wrestling independent shows that we never seen.
Oh, wow. So do they have from your experience so far, do they have a pretty extensive library?
Yeah, they do. They go back to the roots. They go back to Bayonne, New Jersey, like the real, like when the owner wrestled, like before he died, he died, but I wish his son would bring it back and make it happen again. Hopefully he does, because he's now living in Florida as well. So we'll see. Keep our fingers. You never know. He could take, because he was going to do that and take it on, because he has the smarts as a wrestler, and because he wrestles for locals, little indie little stuff, local stuff, mess around feds, but he could take it seriously and bring it back, and people be like, wow. I mean, Jersey, Jersey, Wrestle Pro wrestles a lot of that out of there too as well. Creative Pro Wrestling is a local, another company that's popular with all the indie stars that you see these days. It's just like everywhere, everybody's making a name for himself, Now growing up, who do you like in wrestling? Who were your guys, your go-to guys? Did you like Paul, like a Mr. Wonderful, Rick Rude,
So when I was coming up, Rick Rude that was pretty much the time that Rick Rude was on Raw and Nitro at the same night. And so, but going back and, seeing the older shows with my stepbrothers and stuff, like he was really fun to watch, just ultimate heel.
Yeah.
Ravishing Rick Rude was always fun to watch. Jake the Snake was fun to watch. Mr. Perfect was fun to watch.
He's still good to watch. He's still doing good. He's still doing good. Looks good. Jake's doing great. He's doing great. I like how he's a pleasure to talk with as well.
I had met him
Mm-hmm.
back in, I want to say 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when Dallas was hosting like a DDP yoga in the park event.
Mm-hmm.
And he just happened to turn up. And it was right after Resurrection of Jake the Snake had just released.
Yeah. Then he started doing his comedy tour. I got a chance to see that. He came around.
That was a fun show.
He told a lot about his life that really people didn't. It was interesting. Like I won tickets to it. I was so excited, because as a kid, I met him so many times at local shows. He remembers me like every time, because I just a little shoe store in town. They were signing autographs. There he was, But
I mean, stuff like that. Like whether you're a wrestler or a wrestling fan, again, just being able to experience an event like that, hearing about the stories coming up and stuff like that, it's just so
inspiring.
It's just very awe-inspiring.
Yeah, and then the hysterical stories that he tells about, like Mr. Fuji shitting in people's shoes.
Man,
like this. He brought up stories like that. I'm like, this is great, talking about his snake and just how he would just bathe the snake in the hotel room and throw it on the bed, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan would run out of the room, or just great. If that was a live show, imagine if that was like released to the public. Holy cow, that'd be hilarious. Like if that was, But those guys back then, they always did tricks to each other, and that's how they made it through, to have fun.
One of my favorite programs when I was started discovering early WCW and stuff, I really enjoyed the Sting and Black Scorpion story. That was always a fun program to watch. I think
Beyond the Mat, of course. Yeah.
I just watched that for the first time last year. I'd always seen it advertised like, oh, the film that the industry doesn't want you to see and stuff like that. And that was a really good documentary to watch.
To see to see what happened, and which was really cool. One time they had a convention that came to town in Pennsylvania. I went to a Q&A session talking to. I got up on the mic and I talked to Bill Apter, and Foley was up there. Pick was up there, so I threw something in my head really quick. I was like, Mick, what was it like falling off Hell in a Cell versus Taker? He was scared, and then he goes from there and tells how he really was. It was experience. I had to whip something up because that was the highlight of his career.
Yeah, and hearing how he wasn't supposed to go through the cage and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just wow.
yeah. And then I'll tell you what, and it was pretty cool to hear stories from all the wrestlers, and just because it was a day convention and then wrestling at night. And I remember going over to talking to Dusty Rhodes, and actually no, Jim Cornette of all people, but I was like, what was it like falling, Jim? And then I was scared shit too, falling off that fucking scaffolding. And Dusty's laughing his ass over there in the corner. It was great, just to see his reaction, telling Jim Cornette, you're fucking dude, just really jumbling it up to him. It's great,
right? But going back to other wrestlers I was watching coming up, then obviously going into the product at the time, NWO was fun to watch just because it's the bad boys and whatnot. And seeing how the NWO progressed and splintered off, and then it became what it became and whatnot. I really enjoyed watching the lucha wrestlers in WCW. Watching luchadors and stuff. I really enjoyed Juventud Guerrera, enjoyed Psychosis.
Yeah. The old Hayabusa days. Oh, like the Buddha days, and people just don't realize those guys were tearing it up. The way that wrestling was, I loved it. That gave it the pop, like the caught our eyes. But the Lucha, yeah, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero to Chavo Guerrero, just all the Guerrero family, basically, And
Really, I mean, essentially,
like, Psychosis to and nowadays it's like now it's Penta. My gosh, that guy is pretty good.
and, like,
Yeah,
that's one. I remember watching Pentagon when he was in Lucha Underground. That was a fun program to watch. But seeing the work he's been doing in AEW, just hands down.
I didn't realize that Sonny Kiss was actually a product of that. I didn't know that she wrestled on Lucha Underground with Sammy. I didn't realize that with Guevara. I know. I'm gonna have to go back and watch like the old Lucha and type that in.
Yeah.
To see what.
Because I think I watched it for like watched for like a season or so, but it was like when Pentagon was on there, Sexy Star, what was it?
Low key, yeah. Like
John Morrison, whatever he was going by at the time.
Yeah.
Again, just the solid. Like I really like how you had the really the cinematics sketches tied in with the actual in-ring action,
and then you go back to like you watch like the original Society X. Remember that series?
I wasn't not familiar with that one.
It's Society X was like that had Vampiro. I think that was the Vampiro era, and Teddy Hart, New Jack, everybody. It was just like a free for all wrestling. It was just like a no holds barred, basically. Like just go at it, guys. Hardcore elimination.
Have you seen Vampiro's documentary yet?
No, have you? I gotta check that out.
It's we'll have to look for it on Amazon, but it actually turns out it's on Tubi right now for free. But it's a great documentary.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
Nail in the Coffin, Fall and Rise of Vampiro.
Actually, I just was it last night. He was doing a virtual meet and greet with somebody. Some lady was talking to somebody, and he was mentioning stuff like wrestling memorabilia that he threw a lot of it out. And I typed, I'm a garbage man. We find cool stuff all the time. He's like, yeah, you do. Yeah. So I was going to tell him after. I was like, I should have showed him the picture of a SummerSlam chair with Mick Foley on it. I had one of those thick ass cushion ones. My coworker actually found it from a guy who was tossing in the garbage. So I gave it to me. Yeah. What kind of memorabilia do you collect? Do you collect anything?
Nothing too crazy as of late.
Or your son, of course. Yes, you have to have every kind of action figure there is, or
to be honest, like thankfully, I've not hit that stage yet.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right now he's into he's into hot rods and cars and what have you. So if we're at the store or something like that, and he wants a monster truck, like I'll buy one of those. I took him and his sisters to Monster Jam last year for the first time. That was a blast.
Those are fun. Those monsters. I love those things. Just crazy. I remember going one year, Steve Austin's truck and Taker's truck was actually there.
Nice.
Just see their.
He really enjoys the Cars movies, but we also like watch the Cars not Cars TV shows, but like the rest of the restoration shows. Yeah. And then one of his favorite movies is Ford versus Ferrari. Actually, he like when it shows the racings, he's like, yes, win, all that. It's so
right. That's good.
It's so awesome to watch.
Yeah, because you wouldn't believe as a kid growing up, playing with the Tonka trucks and this Matchboxes, we had all that crap, it's like, and a bunch of show your son these diesel trucks could do this, these race cars could do this, these monster trucks do whatever they want to crush a car. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah. We were walking around the car lot the other day while my oil's getting changed, and by the count of how many cars and trucks that says that was his. I'm like, you got this bank account right now, son? Where is this at? Tell me. We'll get these cars for you.
Yeah, you can see him. Dad, I'm gonna be driving one of these home next week.
Right.
Once he's older. He'll probably be a mechanic, you know? People like that, you know? You could probably see your son being, if kids get into that. Like, it's
to be honest, like just to see what all he's into right now. I mean, granted, he's only 2.5, but still, just to see his mind work and actually do what these activities are supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, he literally has all the options available. And I know it sounds corny as hell, but literally he does. I mean, just I was playing a song the other day on the radio, and all of a sudden he starts singing along to it. I'm like, when did you learn that?
I just learned it, Dad.
Song. Yeah. It was, what was it called? I think it was called Deathbed, Coffee for Your Head. It's a song that's played a lot on Alt Nation on Sirius XM. Right now, his favorite song, it's a two-way tie between the metal version of Baby Shark and AC/DC's Shot in the Dark.
Well, switch to Baby Shark. That's a little.
I mean, there's a channel on YouTube called Frog Leap Studios. For any parent, for any parents that are watching this right now, Frog Leap Studios. If you love metal music and you have kids and you don't want to hear the kid versions of songs all the time, Frog Leap Studios. Like Leo, I think his name is Leo Moricelli or something like that. It's got like a metal version of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Baby Shark. What does the fox say?
It's
Wheels on the bus go round and around.
And it drives you crazy, of course.
No, what drives me crazy is the kid versions of songs. So it's like, let's do a compromise.
All right. Speaking of music, what's your go-to music when you're at the gym? What do you like to listen to altogether? What kind of music?
Just being a guitar and bass player, I'm literally all about all music. If I've got a Spotify playlist called Feel the Bang, and it's literally every kind of music: rock, metal, a little bit of southern rock, a little bit of hip hop. But for me, like my go-to genres when it came to performing was like just rock and metal.
Right on. That's awesome. So basically,
right now, one of my favorite bands right now is a band out of Australia called Thornhill, and the way I would describe them is like if you took Deftones and turned them up to 11, that's what you get.
Oh, sweet! I'll check that out later. Gives me something to listen to.
And then there's another group called Scion, which is a YouTube guitar player named Jared Dines and Howard Jones, who used to sing for Killswitch Engage. They're about to put out a full-length record.
Sweet.
So the name of the song they just released a couple of days ago was called The Blade, and it's just absolutely awesome.
I know. I just played a video. I posted a video on YouTube or on Facebook of AFI. I remember going in 2007 to a live Earth concert and seeing them jam. That was awesome. Like just to see it.
Yeah, hands down, they were always a fun band to watch coming up.
Because they were also playing the CM Punk song too. So I was like, yes, I got to hear. Like my sister didn't know who the hell the band was. But we're just sitting in the nosebleed seats, of course. But it was awesome. The whole night was awesome. It's just Roger Waters to you name it. Like it was playing Sting was even there. Jeez.
Oh wow.
It was like Katie Turnstile, just Melissa Etheridge, just like Alicia Keys.
Was that when? How long ago was that concert? Is that the one where Roger Waters came back with Pink Floyd?
I think so. No. Before that, probably after. You're probably right, because it was like a worldwide thing. I don't know. I'll have to Google that later. Check.
If it's the concert I'm thinking of, it sounds like it could be You said it was called Live 8 or Live Earth?
Live Earth. There's probably something different. Could have been something different.
I think the one I'm thinking of is Live 8. That was a fun show. That's where they had the Pink Floyd reunion.
Mm-hmm. And I was
it had a global format like you were talking about.
Yeah, and then one year, me and my dad actually got tickets. Well, I was working a wrestling show. I was working the camera for Nick Gage's partner, Nate Hatred. Rest in peace, Nate Hatred. But it was a rainy night. They had concerts going on in the stadium, baseball stadium. My guy, the owner had said, "Hey, for $40, you could go watch some bands play." Okay, so we grabbed some poncho. Me and my dad grabbed some ponchos. We watched Alice Cooper play, and I was I've never seen them live. Like, and my dad was like, "Holy shit, these guys are awesome!" Like, to see all the pops.
I've been able to watch Alice Cooper twice. The first time I watched Alice Cooper live was when he was on tour with Rob Zombie and Murder Dolls, and that show was absolutely perfect performance-wise from all three bands.
Just a way to see the props, the staging. My God, like, it's just got to be up so close to see all this shit. It's like, holy shit, this guy's pretty.
How many semi trucks do you think it takes to transport his show?
Good question. That's probably a good question.
I'll give you the honest answer. It's only 2.
Really?
It only takes 2 semi trucks to do his entire show. When I found that out, when I was working Alice Cooper at the Atlanta Symphony Hall, I believe.
Right.
And when I saw that it was only 2 trucks, I'm like, "There's no way." And just does a huge spectacle of a show just with 2 trucks.
That's pretty cool. I forget who was playing before him, but I think it was like Blue Oyster Cult was playing with him as well. But Disturbed.
And that sounds like a really fun show.
It was. But then, I mean, there's so many other concerts going on. Disturbed, probably. I think it was like just a whole bunch of it was wrestling, but just the way that they presented was pretty awesome. And then I went to another one. It was called was it like a Wrestle Fest rock concert? Like in up north Jersey, and my same thing. A wrestling company had some shows and concerts. Actually, Disturbed was there again, and Stone Temple Pilots was there, and I actually was there for that to enjoy him before he died. Like I got to see Plush, the song that I grew up listening to, and just like caught my band of the rock. Like growing up listening and playing on acoustic guitar or just testing my limits, to see if I could do it,
Getting to see Scott with Velvet Revolver was a real fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever was able to watch Stone Temple Pilots live.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Velvet Revolver was the closest thing. I know they reunited for a little bit, but we all know the story of the Stone Temple Pilots, of how tumultuous Scott and the DeLeo brothers' relationship was.
Yeah.
But
Dan, you want to hear another cool story? Want to hear another?
Absolutely. Cool, I'm always about cool stories.
Music stories. Well, New Year's Eve, my sister hosts a party in Pennsylvania at her house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're all in. I go into the kitchen, and this guy is there with his son, and his son was hungry. He wanted some Bing cherries, and I was like, "Hey, I could go for some apple pie. I could go for some cherry pie." It was CC DeVille of Poison.
Oh, wow.
Hanging out, yeah, just hanging out, sober. It was odd, like just to
CC DeVille sober, odd.
Yeah, it really was. Like he had a Diet Coke in his hand, so but just be surprised. Like here's CC DeVille just hanging out. I guess somebody has a friend, just surprise. He had his Poison shirt on. You could tell by the bomb.
Right.
Just to talk to him was cool. Like just to see, and just to chill with somebody that I wish he had jammed for us, that would have been awesome if he had played some songs or something,
Right. But, so probably favorite
yeah.
music memory for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say,
yeah.
of all time. It was 2009, and I got to see Black Sabbath. Well, they were called Heaven and Hell because it had Ronnie James Dio and Vinny Appice on drums.
Mhm.
I will still call them Black Sabbath because it was Black Sabbath. Anyways, it was Black Sabbath / Heaven and Hell and Coheed and Cambria at the Merriweather Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. And somehow a friend of mine was able to get backstage passes for me. And I got my Heaven and Hell vinyl signed by all 4 members, as well as the booklet for Live at Radio City Music Hall.
Mhm.
And I also got a guitar pick, set list, and day sheet
Mhm.
for the day. It was
Mhm.
just, I can't believe that I was able to experience that. Not too long after that is when Ronnie James Dio passed away, unfortunately.
And of course I met in New York City or in when Weezer came around. We just came around for Lost in New York for the GCW show. I met he played for us. It was so cool. Like just to see him,
Nice.
That's when Marco Stunt made his debut. Like
Nice.
like got his go-to versus KTB. Like the
Oh,
match
cool.
to get him to be seen on TV. You know what I mean? Like to be like
Mhm.
be picked out of the crowd. As a fan. You know what I mean? And then being 3 months later, there he's on TV doing a good job.
Mhm.
And then I have another story with my dad. My dad was working. He was a diesel filter guy. He worked for like Caterpillar selling filters, and
Nice.
he went to a restaurant up in Long Island one time, and he actually crashed a party of Madonnas. She was doing a multi deal signing the next day. Crazy,
Huh.
huh? He like crashed the party. The lady said, "Oh yeah, Madonna's going to be here." Yada yada. And my dad got a business card out and just said, "Yeah, I know so and so." Sat down, and then Madonna's like, "Come here, have dinner with me."
Wow.
you know.
Yo,
And then
Dad.
I know. Next day, it was on the in the New York Times, multi-million-dollar contract or signing or whatever. Cool, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. You ever meet any celebrities? You ever see anybody? You ever see like comedy or any kind of horror or any kind of? Have you ever been to?
Being in
Okay.
entertainment since I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
Um, I'm very fortunate for the experiences that I've had.
Yeah.
Uh, starting off like my first celebrity experience was seeing my friend's band. They were called Sloppy Meat Eaters at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They got a opening for Belt Revolver, and
Mm-hmm.
somehow I got backstage
Wow.
off of a
Yeah.
side stage pass. Like how that happened, I have no idea. So I ended up meeting.
Yeah, you got lucky.
I,
Yeah, you
I,
got.
I ended up meeting Matt Sorum, the drummer, Scott Weiland, and then Dave Kushner, the other guitar player for Velvet
Mhm.
Revolver.
That is. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
when I went up to Merriweather for Black Sabbath and Coheed, I got to meet
Mm-hmm.
Claudio Sanchez for Coheed and Cambria.
Mm-hmm.
I got to meet Ronnie James Dio. I got to meet Tony. I got Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Vinny Appice. Who else? Wrestling celebrity for me. When I was 16, I was at a wrestling show
Mm-hmm.
at, at the local high school where my dad lived, Lafayette High School. It was a
Mm-hmm.
show that Nikita Koloff was putting on, and at 16, I
Oh.
got to meet Glacier,
Oh
and
wow.
then
Yeah.
fast forward to Nightmare Factory, he's my head coach
That's
or one of my
awesome.
head coaches.
He's an awesome guy. That's awesome.
Oh,
And then plus had to be.
absolutely
Yeah, I know.
lovely human being.
And to think WCW made itself pretty good. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're like, wow, okay, but you pick somebody that's well, you didn't know, but like he is putting you to the test, and that's awesome though. He gives you what he'll train.
But I mean, it's like
Yeah,
I mean, just the list of people that I've met. I mean, it's just
yeah,
it's a lot. I
right,
mean,
right.
that could be like its own episode of a podcast.
Yeah, right. Like mine. Yeah, like we just said, right. I have met all those people. Who did I meet? Oh no, actually, I remember when it was so popular, New York City. One year, we went to Christmas and we went to what is it? The Plaza Hotel, right?
Mhm.
Joey Buttafuoco and his wife were having dinner. The Buttafuoco family with Amy Fisher.
Oh
That.
wow!
Yeah. And then one year, as a kid, well, of course, same Hard Rock or Planet Hollywood in New York City. I'm sitting at a table behind us, and I'm hearing this like guy talking. It was the guy from In Living Color, Damian Williams. I'm like, holy shit! Like, like
Such an amazing and underrated band.
yeah, yeah. But that's it, man. Just to see whoever you could see at the time. My sister sees a lot of celebrities every day in the city when she used to work. Like everybody would walk in the door, and actually,
No, I
Comedy
mean,
Central.
it's
Yeah,
kind of getting like that. It's that way down here in Atlanta too.
yeah,
Was it It's like I'm currently working behind the scenes on the show Heels with Stephen Amell. Um, it's a new Stars production about a wrestling family of about two brothers, and
Mhm.
from my understanding, fighting for control over the promotion that was inherited by their from their father.
Mhm.
Um,
That's cool.
the
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
the one of the bigger productions I worked on previous was the Titan Game season 2, as
Mhm.
well as the Suicide Squad, the second one.
Mhm.
Getting to meet Idris Elba and John Cena, and really, and the rest of the cast, Margot Robbie, they're all
Yeah,
wonderful
real people.
people.
Yeah, people are real. I know. It's just pretty awesome to see who is who. And you're like, yeah, John Cena's this guy.
Another really cool person is Jason Bateman. I worked on Ozark for a little bit,
Mhm.
and just happened to get coffee from craft services table, and he's like, "Hey, how's your day going?" It's like,
Mhm.
"It's going great now, man. Thank you for asking. It means a lot." So it's
Right.
when the cast engages with the crew, it
Uh-huh.
something about it just uplifts the morale of the
That's
show.
that's like my cousin. He's a bass player in the city, New York, right?
Mm,
He actually worked that TV series Tribeca when that was around. He was moving
mm,
he got picked to do a scene moving furniture, and their band played like so he got the pop. Like everybody didn't know that their band would be playing. He got to move some boxes and pretty cool.
right.
So, but anyway, let's get to like movie wise. What kind of go to movies are you into? Horror, comedy, everything. Just any kind
I
of
mean,
sci. Everything.
horror is my main go to for
Mhm.
uh for film watching. I like horror, like
Yeah.
action, comedy.
Hmm.
But a fun little bit of trivia: my T-shirt design is a was inspired from Hellraiser,
Ooh, that's awesome.
and to be honest, like Hellraiser,
Yeah.
Exorcist is my all-time favorite horror film, followed by the first Hellraiser. Just
Hmm.
I'm a huge sucker for great practical special effects,
Hmm.
and that Frank resurrection scene is just absolutely amazing.
Hmm. It's like me when
Um,
growing. Like of course, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love that movie to death. I can never get wrong with it. I actually met the guy before he died, Gunnar Harris,
wow.
at a convention site, and I met what is it? Kane Hodder from Friday the 13th,
Mm-hmm.
and but I remember
I think
going.
Kane Hodder, he was the original Jason, correct?
Yeah, yeah, he did a lot of the Jasons, and I remember going to this convention, and one of those horror cons, and I was so pissed off. Roddy Piper was there for They Live. I would have loved to see Roddy Piper. I bought this DVD just for him to sign. But the
Mm.
hour long line, you're like, oh, forget it. too late, you know. But I got to meet cool people like Linda Harrison from Planet of the Apes. Like really, like people like you never would growing up. You're like these people are actually cool people to watch, and you watch constantly. And then like Beetlejuice, the gay designer guy of the house, like the house decorator.
Was it Othello? I think it was the character's name.
Yeah. And then this guy behind me tapped me on the shoulder, and my friend was here. I wish I had a video of it. It was the guy, the Chucky guy, the voice of Chucky, the original
Paul Dorff.
Yeah,
I think that's his last
because
name.
I heard the laugh behind me. I'm like, damn,
I'm gonna look that up real quick, actually, because that's gonna drive me insane.
Yeah. To hear his voice, though, you know what I mean? Like I got to see like him in his early like days of I met who did I meet? Jerry Seinfeld's parents.
Sorry, no, it's not Paul Dorff, it's Brad Dorff.
Brad Dorff.
He was also he was in Exorcist 3. He was also he was the sheriff or main cop role in the Halloween series with Rob Zombie.
And then I met the guy from Nightmare on Elm Street, the cop. I met that guy.
Nice.
So I've met a couple pretty cool people. It was like really cool to, But I
wish lately
met
though, for movies, well, just in shows in general, I've been more about like documentaries lately.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of good ones on Vice coming up.
Yeah,
Vice.
I've really enjoyed the Dark Side of the Ring series.
Yeah,
but really, I mean, just all of the stuff that Vice has produced. Well, I shouldn't say all because I haven't seen all, but a lot of what I've seen produced by Vice so far has been top notch.
I've been featured in the Vice for CCW, of course, for TOD.
Nice.
When that was around, they did that. Actually, what is it? Who's actually Nick Gage is coming up with one pretty soon. Hopefully, that's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be neat to catch your eyes, on the deathmatch world and how he grew up. It's really going to catch our, to see how his
awesome.
Not probably talk about prison days, but since he's doing a lot better these days, But yeah, it's a different to see all these wrestlers, and also like the Japanese wrestlers as well. Like they're showing I think they had Jun Kasai. They did one on Jun Kasai, I believe, or some stuff in Japan. They did one with lucha. They did some lucha also with some Mexicans, and so it's pretty cool. Like it's some of the the Bruiser Brody was really good. That was cool. That was a cool one as well. That documentary. What is it? Not the oh god, the Crippler, Crip Face.
No, Chris Benoit.
Yeah, the Benoit story.
That was a great couple of episodes because in a sense I feel like it provided closure to that whole situation. Because there was a lot of mystery. Well, not really mystery. There's a lot of unknown factors to the public, and so with Jericho going on record about it, and Vicky Guerrero and what have you. To me, there was so much more. There was closure for that whole scenario.
We have questions here. I'm not even bothered. No, who is this? Bobcat? Baby cat? Do I know you? I don't know. These people pop in these chats. We don't even know names, right? I don't pay attention. Sometimes you pay attention. Sometimes you don't.
Right.
Probably somebody we know, but I'll have to Google them later. Let me ask you this: have you watched the Cobra Kai series?
Oh yeah, I need to catch up on it, but I'm left off where what's his name? The original Cobra Kai owner. Yeah, he's come back and essentially taken over the gym or taken over the dojo now. That's where I've left off.
All right, let me do this with you. I've been doing this a lot on the podcast, and people love the response from it. It's kind of a fun thing. If you were to reverse the roles as wrestlers, who would they be? Ooh, like who would be Johnny? Like somebody already said John Moxley or Randy Orton as a Johnny.
And Johnny's the blonde-headed main character, correct?
Yes.
I mean, I could see Moxley and Randy Orton. I could see.
You could see Jericho as like a boss. I don't know. Or like Cody as a boss. Like, like the guy from Japan, or what I mean? Like the original trainer, and also the attitude guy. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
The guy that Ralph Macchio fought in the
Yeah.
I think it was number 2.
Yeah.
I could see Cody in that role.
Yeah.
No, I could see
Jericho. Nah. He's got that attitude. I don't know. Nah.
For that aspect, that would have to be like something like a more of like a deeper thing, like a two guys that feuded before and then come together and learn from each other.
Yeah. And that's pretty cool. Like, this is a pretty cool idea to give to people, like something different. I like this.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, John Moxley off the bat. I mean, that makes sense. Kreese.
Yeah.
Who would Kreese be? Something tells me Eric Bischoff.
I said that too. Is that kind of wild? Like, yeah, because he has that kind of.
I could see Bischoff doing it. I could see.
Somebody said Vince McMahon, but I was like, no.
Yeah. I can see Vince McMahon as the opposing car dealership owner. Here, let me buy you out.
yeah. There you go. Okay. For the female, who would the female wrestlers be? Like the one in Japan, Su Yung. I picked. You can see like a Su Yung, or like one that new girl on AEW as well. That new one, or like just like whatever her name is. I'm talking about. She's like really. She sang on the microphone recently. She's really pumped and energetic. I don't know.
Oh, what's her name?
I know
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sure. Google it. I don't even know. I don't want to be stupid. Let's bad at
consult the great Googles.
Britt Baker, I would think, or for like the Danny, like Danny's current, American girlfriend. I don't know.
Or his wife.
Yeah. I could see I don't know. I said Britt Baker, but nah. I want to switch it up, maybe I don't know. It's tough.
I can see Cody as Ralph Macchio's character.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh, wait a minute. What about that Punk kid too? That Punk, spiky hair.
Talking about Hawk.
Yeah. That could be we got so many names. That could be that's like a Seth Rollins. That's like a Seth Rollins almost, or like a CM Punker, just I don't know.
To be honest, I could see given his current role, I could see Ricky Starks doing that.
Oh my God! Yeah, right. Because with with his little attitude right there, yeah. I see it.
Because it's just that that smugness. It totally nails it.
Yeah. Huh. But we have to figure out who that lady is. Did you find out who that girl is?
I've not.
What is
I thought you were Googling that. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were Googling it. I wasn't. I can't think of her name. Oh my god. I'm gonna look on the roster. This would help, right? Oh, who is she? I don't know. Maybe we'll figure out somebody else instead. Let's switch it. We
Sure.
can think, right? What about like I said, Sue Young or who else is like really? I don't know. Like I could see Sue Young doing it, like that kind of character for
No.
that kind of role, or a holodeck, or
Man, this is something I never really think like.
yeah. This is pretty cool. You have to do this with your friends, This is something that's like, check this
Yeah, I
out.
mean
Here's a
it's fan casting all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, Stephanie McMahon? No. God, I was gonna just say
going back to Hawk.
Yeah.
I could see Ricky Starks. I could see Jericho,
Mm-hmm.
like a young Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're gonna place a wrestler from any point of their career in roles,
Yeah.
that would make it even more. That would make the game even more interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool. It really is.
That's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah. Huh. But yeah, the way that scenario. Yeah. Imagine if that was a movie. Could you see the wrestlers speaking? That'd be a huge.
I feel like
Yeah.
we should. This should be pitched to Fiverr.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
see which graphics artist wants to take this project on.
That'd be kind of
because it would almost be like a like what is it, a deep fake type thing.
Mm-hmm. Like a Mortal Kombat.
I mean, it would take a lot to like change the voices and stuff too.
Yeah,
but it would be cool to like have those faces superimposed just so that way you could see what it would look like at least.
Could oh, dude, it would be kind of wild though. It'd be like, and then they show like the younger guys way back when it first started out in their career, coming up, doing the crane kicks.
The internet is a place of weird, wild things these days.
Yeah. But I think we are pretty much good to go. What do you say? We could go on.
Let's see. You got any questions? You got any more? You got any questions about the exhibition?
Yeah, the question: who are you facing? Do you even know?
I don't know yet.
We'll find out soon. Yeah,
I could say it's
gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah, you're looking forward to it. Yeah, you got one of my guys also going to be on the card. Happy Hour, he's a really cool dude from.
Nice.
Shout out. He's a real beer enthusiast and he's thirsty all the time.
The group the exhibition group chat is a fun place.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to a couple more of the talents. What do I have? Baxter coming on. I got Brax.
We got Brax.
Mr. King is coming on. Happy Hour again. He's one of my guests as always. He's doing it. He's a great guy. He's just a great character.
I guess you could say he's your resident guest.
Yeah, he's a local resident from Pennsylvania, right? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And he comes to wrestle in Jersey all the time, for his intergender bonanza once in a year, with it, which is awesome, does a great job with that. What else we got coming up? Anything? Just WrestleMania weekend, right? That's really
that's the big one. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I mean, I've got my weekly program with Pro South every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 Central. Mm-hmm. I've got Wrestling United this Saturday in Franklin, Georgia. And what are some other ones? I've got some other tentative ones that are ironing out details, and as soon as I get those locked in, they'll be announced.
Right. And I'll send you that. Well, we'll talk off it. I'll send you that stuff that I told you earlier.
For sure.
You know, so you could catch up, watch that stuff, and see what my local wrestling has to offer. You know,
nice.
But here's
definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah. Here is all your social media to catch right there. Check him out. Right there, everywhere. Let me make sure I say it right. Not Revenant. Let me say not Revenant. Revenant.
There you go.
There you go. The Revenant.
The Revenant.
The Revenant. The Revenant. Now you're gonna get me messed up. That's I'm done. No.
I did. To be honest, dude, I love how you said the relevant. It's like, well, that's a new one, but yeah, it's true. It's relevant.
But thank you so much for coming on. Let's do this again down the line. I'd love to have you come back.
Yeah, man.
I'll get one of my other guys.
We'll do it.
I'll get one of my other buddies on as well. He's a wrestling. He could probably throw some more stuff to you. So
sounds like a plan, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. You have a good night. Enjoy your night with your son, and stay wrestling and stay safe.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Yep. Good night, everybody. I'll close right out. Yep. All right, fans. That was the Revenant. I'm not going to say relevant. Reverend. The Reverend. He's got me laughing now. He's got me all fucking tongue tied. Thanks so much, Reverend. Yeah, all right, Reverend. How many times do I have to say this, folks? The Reverend Brian Andrews. There we go. And we're looking forward to him doing good stuff and good things. You know, go see him perform at a show near Wrestling Pro South near him. The exhibition, April 9th, I believe. Go see him at WrestleMania weekend. Say hello to him. Get some merchandise and say hello to him. And stay tuned because stay tuned. Stay tuned with me. Stay tuned with him. Check on where he's going to be coming near an area near you, and watch him do his thing in the ring. And thank you for coming on the podcast, and have a good night. All right, fans. Tomorrow night. What is tomorrow night? Oh, no, nothing tomorrow night. Okay. I have no podcast tomorrow night. Stay tuned Wednesday night, as I'm going to have another guest on the podcast on Tuesday night. My guest will be... I better look at this before I say anything. I am like brain dead today. There's been smoke. It must be the smoke in the air. I'm going to have the sultry psycho Brax and his guider, the sadistic savior, Dr. Tyado is going to be on the podcast. We're going to be talking to him. WrestleMania weekend. He's part of the Boot and Heel exhibition. So we'll be talking to him as my guest just was, is also a guest. The Reverend Brian Andrews will be on that card as well. You really got me tongue-tied tonight. Thank you. All right. But no, had a great time talking to him, and stay tuned for more podcasts on not tomorrow night, on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Make sure you tune into the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. Good night, everybody. Till next time. You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: DeathmatchRussell.com. Follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Find me on Podcast City Network at PodcastCity.net. Facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at PodcastCityNet. You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes. Hey, wrestling fans, check out BootandHeel.com for all your independent wrestlers, apparel, and more. Also, check out Deathmatch Russell podcast as well. www.bootandheal.com.